Hello there, Patty Anderson here with you this evening. How are you today? Just wanted to come and share a couple things with you about working from home, keeping yourself on a schedule, and working out yourself a daily method of operation to keep you on that schedule, keep you focused, and keep you moving forward as you're working from home and building your business. A couple of things that I've learned from some really awesome people. My sponsor, my upline, when I first got started online and working from home, sort of brought me into the way of staying focused and creating my daily method of operation. It spoke about on our performance coaching calls all the time. Jason speaks about it all the time, about keeping yourself in a regular set way of operating so that you're consistent. It's the consistency that's really going to get you to where you want to be, doing the same thing every day, every day, every day, being consistent. So one of the things that my upline had shown me when I first got going online was printing off these calendars. Printing them off and writing down your daily activities, as you can see I've done here. But for me, this didn't necessarily completely do it for me because I was still running off schedule. I mean, I would write these out. I'm even ready and getting ready to work on December's here. I have it ready and printed off. But what I ended up finding out that I had to do was I had to take another step forward. This may not be necessary for you. These are just some tips for whatever would work for you or may work for the next one that would be watching this video at any time. But what I found that worked better for me, I would write out what I needed to do for the day on the calendar. But then I would put myself on an hourly. Like in the morning, the very first thing I do is I get up and I spend time with God. I read my Bible, I start my morning prayer, and then I go into doing my exercising, and I've got it written out here, but then I've also got it written out here because I found that some things I was spending too much time on, like doing my Facebook posts, I was wasting far too much time on Facebook. You can just get absorbed by Facebook. So I would set myself a time limit. So like by 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm ready to come online after I've done my reading, because I always set aside time after I've done my exercise in the morning to come back in, whether I'm outside or I'm up at the workout center here. I would sit down and read. Like right now, I'm going back through the book Think and Grow Rich, because I feel right now that there's so much value in that book that reading it the first time, I don't think I absorbed what I needed to absorb, so I'm reading it again. And I'll do that sometimes with a book. I'll take it and I'll read it 3 or 4 times. And I learn something new every time I do. Anyway, getting off subject here. We're talking about the daily method of operation. So that's what I found that works for me. It may work different for other people. I found, though, that if I go and I fill this thing out at the end of the month, I make sure that I've got it filled out for every single day. I have it set in my mind what I'm going to accomplish every single day, how many people I'm going to connect with each day, how I'm going to start my day, how I'm going to end my day. And then I get into this little notebook and I write it out hour for hour, hour and a half here, hour and a half there, 2 hours there, half an hour here, whether I have a call, I have a webinar, whichever, I've got it sitting here in a schedule so that I keep myself focused. Because yes, it is very easy for me to get distracted, especially if I'm on Facebook. Instead of paying attention to my fan page, I'm paying attention to what other people are posting, and it's very easy to do. And then I found that as I'm getting ready to wind down for the end of the day, I've created myself a journal. This is a really great tip that I picked up from some of the people in our community, mostly our leader from our performance coaching calls, but he always says, write it down. Whether you have an idea or just the way that you felt, things that you've accomplished throughout the day. So what I do now, right before I go to bed, is I'll take my wind down time, I'll read a couple chapters out of my Bible, and then I work on my journal. I sit and I write down how I felt throughout the day, how I feel ending the day, and what I accomplished. And then I'll get up in the morning and I'll read through it just to see what steps I took, and if I really reached the goal each day that I had set out for myself to do on a daily basis. And one thing I learned from Kevin Chadreau, which really, really works, make sure it's white paper and blue ink. Because when you do it on the computer, you're just simply typing there on the computer, but when you sit and you're writing it down and you're looking at it as you're writing it and you're thinking as you're writing it, it has a different effect on your conscious and your subconscious mind. What did Kevin Trudeau call it? Neural pathways. It just has a whole different effect, and it seems to stick with you. It creates much more emotion, and it'll get you to really, really learn to focus a little bit, just a little bit more. Focus on your goals, focus on your dreams, focus on something that you may not have accomplished that you wanted to accomplish, and maybe get yourself a little more organized to work a little bit harder the next day to make sure that you have reached every single goal, depending upon where you want to get in your home business. I have big goals set. I have big dreams set. There's a lot of things I want to get accomplished, from helping our homeless and doing some other things and helping as many people as I can with the way things are going out there. We have a lot of suffering people. We have a lot of struggling people. And my number one goal is to help as many people as I can so they never end up in a position like I was in, where I almost had no way to take care of myself. I'm not going to let that happen to people, because it's not only is it kind of living in a nightmare, but living with that fear of not knowing whether or not you can pay your bills or feed your family. It's just something that we shouldn't be experiencing in life. We should be able to enjoy life, support our families, and do the things that are in our heart to be able to do. So, if this was helpful for you, and you would like to connect with me, remember, we're talking about your daily method of operation, keeping your mind focused, keeping yourself set on reaching each and every daily goal that you have set for yourself. It's really not that hard, and once you get into the habit of doing it, go to Google, type it in, print off these calendars. They really, really make a difference. Because like I said, what I do is I write down what I want to get done each day. Then I put myself on a schedule to do it, and I make myself stick to it. It took me a couple months to actually be consistent and really get to this plan and keep it going. But once you do it, and at the end of the day, you get to write in your journal, you feel good because you know you got done what you wanted to do. You help the people that you set out in the morning to help, and you got those things done that you really wanted to do, and it really makes you feel great. So hey, just hoping I can help you here as you're building your home business, as you're reaching out to help other people, because that's certainly what I want to do, is help you. I'll leave all my contact information down below this video. If you'd like to connect with me, give me a call, pick up the phone. I love talking to people, and I love helping people. Give me a call. Outside of that, I'll talk to you in the next video that I create. You make it a great day, because you deserve it. Talk to you soon.